Hello there, YouTubers. King Heathen back again, asking the question, does prayer work? No, thanks. No, okay, let's go a little more detail than that, right? But why do people think prayer works? Is there anything to it? I mean, is there actually something to it? In the God delusion, you know what, I was going to pick it up, but forget it. No, tell you what, I'll pick this up instead. Just trust me, I got a copy of it. But in the God delusion, Richard Dawkins talks about a brilliant study. This is actually a very famous study, and one that all of us atheists absolutely love. Talks about the effectiveness of prayer. Double-blind study. They take people that were in the hospital and they pray for them, but they do not tell them that they're being prayed for, nor do they tell the people who are praying for the people who exactly they're praying for. They use, I think it was a first name and the initial or set of initials, whatever it was. They're going to pray for these people, and they don't know anything about it, and so they throw it out there and see what happens. They had two groups. One group was being prayed for, the other was not being prayed for, and they wanted to see what would happen. Was there any difference in complications that they had and their healing times? Big surprise? No. Nothing happened, nothing different. It was all pretty much the same as what you would expect. Okay, so hey, let's try it again. Let's add a third group this time. We'll have the same two. We'll have one group that's not getting prayed for. We'll have a second group that is getting prayed for and doesn't know about it. We'll add a third group that is getting prayed for and does know about it. Is there a possible placebo effect in the prayer things? What's interesting is that nothing happened between the people who did not know they were being prayed for and the people who were being prayed for, but those who were getting prayers and knew didn't get better faster. They had more problems. So there was actually a reverse effect that happened, which was astonishing, and of course made all of us neutral atheists go, ha! Anyways, a great study in proving that the prayer did not work for them. So, of course, then here comes the response from all the apologists who say, oh, well, see, God's not going to respond to your thing. Oh, so God, your all-knowing, all-seeing, loving God is going to let these people suffer and have problems to prove us wrong by proving us right. I don't get it. But it just further goes how they justify the whole prayer bit. Now, the Bible is very clear in multiple verses that ask and you shall receive. Knock on the door will be open to you. All you have to do is believe. Have the faith of a mustard seed, and you can move mountains through the power of prayer. It's all very, very clear. All you have to do is ask. Lay your hands on the sick and pray for them, and they will be healed. It's all through the Bible, left and right. So, how come is it that when you pray for something, it doesn't happen? Oh, it's not God's will? Oh, okay. So, when you pray for something and it does happen, then it is God's will. Okay. Then why are you praying? If it's God's will or it's not God's will, then it doesn't matter what your puny little prayer is going to matter to this all-knowing, all-seeing, all-loving God who doesn't seem to mind giving kids leukemia. I don't get it. Oh, so sometimes the answer is yes, sometimes the answer is no, sometimes the answer is wait. I've heard that one before. Doesn't that pretty much make the answer nothing? I mean, can I do the exact same thing with, let's say Mr. Armadillo right here. Hello, Mr. Armadillo. Hi, I am the amazing Armadillo. This is your new God, by the way, and you can now pray to Mr. Armadillo. See? Proving that he's a God, he's wearing a red bandana. Only a true God would wear a red bandana. Fake gods would wear blue bandanas. Remember that. Alright, so Mr. Armadillo. The Mega Millions lottery is going to be ran again this Friday, and I would really like to win it. Can you make that happen for me? Oh, okay. He says he will answer my prayer. Unfortunately, he's going to answer it either yes, no, or maybe later. So when I play the lottery this Friday. If I win, hey, answer my prayer. Good old armadillo. Glad I got the one with the red bandana. But if he doesn't answer my prayer, then he must be telling me to wait and try again. Isn't that pretty much how everything in prayer works? It's pretty much open to whatever you want it to be. There's an excellent video out there that compares it to a milk jug, which I think is fantastic. But I'm gonna go one more, and I'm gonna actually relate it to something else to show you that this power of prayer has always been there in every other religion too, and they also thought it worked. And we all know that they were full of crap, and so now we know that you're full of crap too. They used to do human sacrifices, okay, because they believe it appeased the gods. They thought that ended droughts. They thought that brought the harvest. They thought that it protected them from bad weather. The whole deal. And why did they believe that? Because sometimes it worked. Sometimes it didn't. Sometimes, it was always the same: yes, no, or maybe. All the little false idols, like Mr. Armadillo. Like Mr. Armadillo, he would be a what you would call a false idol, and they would pray to it. Now, why would they pray to these false idols? Because it worked. It actually worked. Not very often, but it worked. So, yes, no, or maybe. Well, that's a pretty open way to do it. Let's put this into perspective so you can see exactly what, since the whole false idols versus your real prayer and all that other stuff. How about your lucky shirt you wear, or your rabbit's foot, or your lucky bracelet, or your if you believe that you can't shave your face if you're in sports of some kind, and you can't, once you start a tournament, you can't shave or else you'll lose. You have to wear, all these superstitions that people do for luck. Throw salt over your shoulder. Don't walk underneath the ladder. If you break a mirror, 7 years bad luck. All that stuff about luck. Isn't that pretty much the same? Yes, no, maybe. If you do something if you do something that's unlucky in your eyes, and then it doesn't come to be, that anything bad happens, you figure it just hadn't happened yet. And then as soon as something happens, see, it's because of that mirror I broke. The prayer does the exact same thing. So you can, like I said, just put it together. Any other superstitions about luck and all that people have, it's the exact same thing as prayer. And the other idols of other religions that they believe work as well. The whole idea of sacrificing animals or people, everything was centered around the idea that when they did it, sometimes it worked. Prayer's not real. It's an illusion. Illusion. Alright, that is all on that subject. Feel free to give me replies and tell me your scientifically proven miracle that happened because of your power of prayer. Prove me wrong. King Heathen signing out.